Hello, and welcome to this ninth and final video all about Module 9 of my new course Open Portal, a self-paced online course all about how to work with anxiety through the body. Now in this module we're going to talk about community. So what does it mean to foster and be in community, how that's essential for working with and easing anxiety, and also touch upon some of the more global, larger systems that we're living inside of that absolutely have a massive effect on our anxiety, and some of the somatic ways that we can start to divest from those systems and move towards a sense of belonging to ourselves and one another. So as I mentioned in Module 8 when we talked about relationships, we are inherently social creatures that as part of our survival we want and need to foster connection with one another and have a sense of belonging to something greater than ourselves. Feeling isolated or not in some way a part of a group can really exacerbate our anxiety by creating a sense that we are unsafe or that we are alone in the world. But sometimes just because we are a part of a group doesn't necessarily mean we feel like we're in healthy community. And anxiety often crops up when we are actually in some kind of community, but without feeling like we can fully engage in the ways that we would like, or that we don't feel fully seen in our wholeness inside of the community. So to me, healthy community has a lot to do with not only being together, but actually having some level of responsibility to one another. Some of the features for me that make up healthy community are that we not only can be together and share space and time, but that we do have a sense of responsibility and care towards one another. Being in community means being able to honor each person in their wholeness, and so that means not only the pleasant things about each other, but also the more challenging things about each other. Healthy community means that conflict can arise, but and rupture can happen, but that there is some level of repair and a desire to move towards connection again, and to not abandon one another when conflict arises. So ultimately, building healthy community is about fostering a sense of responsibility and care towards one another, so that everyone's dignity, safety, and belonging feels intact. We can't talk about community without acknowledging the dominant culture and the systems that we're living under and inside of that are playing out within us each and every day. So we know that white supremacy and racism are big blanket cultures that we are operating inside of and have been for a very long time, out of which were born capitalism, patriarchy, the gender binary, and any list of ableism, and the list goes on. And so depending on the identities that we hold, we are more or less imposing on ourselves and others the practice of domination and control, the adherence to a certain standard. And so the more that we invest in these systems, and the more that we unconsciously or consciously are carrying them out in our day-to-day, the less we're able to foster a true sense of community and a true sense of everyone belonging. And some of the behaviors and practices born out of white supremacy, racism, capitalism are perfectionism, working 24/7, grind culture, this idea that we grow, that there's linear growth rather than cycles, prioritizing extroversion, spiritual bypassing, appropriation, diet culture, resisting pleasure and rest, pathologizing the behaviors of folks who have marginalizations, self-denial, deprivation, and projecting onto other people what we reject in ourselves. And so measuring ourselves and others against these standards only serves to perpetuate our collective anxiety. So divesting from these behaviors, divesting from dominant culture in the ways that we can, helps us to move forward towards connecting with ourselves and others in a way that can foster a healthy community and restore a deeper sense of belonging. So in the course, I'm going to offer some somatic tools of recognizing when you are on a body level moving towards domination and control of yourself, of others. Some tools to, on a body level, learn to connect with your environment, with each other, and to foster a greater sense of felt belonging. And we'll also do some journaling practices where you'll start to get a deeper understanding of your relationship to dominant culture and to the idea of, or the actuality of community, and how you see your anxiety playing out within, and some strategies for working with that. So that's it for today. If you'd like to join the waitlist for Open Portal, which will be closing in the next couple of days, head to the link in my bio if you're on Instagram, down below if you're on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me for this series of sneak peeks of my new course, Open Portal. And do let me know if you have any questions, and I really hope to connect with you again very soon and let you know when the course will be launching. Take care.